she is. What's up, dog? What's you doing? Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Hmm? Let's go around. Come on. What's going on, guys? Chad, Adler Farms. Just wanted to see how close I could get to the pen before Smokey heard me. And it was pretty close, as you saw, but it's also during the day. And usually the only predators you deal with during the day around here are hawks. And even though I do have that video of that one eagle, he's nowhere near the farm. I mean, for an eagle, he's probably a couple pumps of the wings away, but it's not like he's on the farm. But first thing we gotta do is change out this SD card. And kind of having some problems with these cameras, which is super frustrating, but it's like they can't handle the really cold temperatures. So we swap this card. Oh, there you go. Now I reached out to a trapping buddy about that coyote we had, and he thinks the reason the coyote darted off so quick is because, where's it at? That's Beef's graveyard. There's Smokey. So the coyote also looked at the camera. I don't have super expensive cameras. They have infrared flashes on them, and not a lot of animals can see those, but it clicks. Just a real slight, almost like a tick. So, come here. You know what I forgot? Grandpa's already been out here. But if I don't give these pigs some food, they're never gonna stop. And we're not gonna be able to film. You wanna come with me? Okay, stay there, I'll be right back. It's actually one thing I want to talk to you guys about today. I was just watching my buddy Kevin's video over at Hidden Heights. Kevin and Rachel and family. And he did an awesome video on livestock guardian dogs. Yes, I'm going total selfie cam mode today. Nobody else should need fed. I mean, it's literally been like 3 hours since Dad was out here. The only one that'll make me probably feed them, other than the pigs, is the ducks. Anyway. What's it doing? What's it doing, huh? What's it doing? You smell Cabela? You smell Cabela? So ferocious. So ferocious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just a good puppy. Let's go find a place to sit. What I wanted to talk to you guys about, checking things out before I get comfy. What's up, Red? See if we can find something to sit on. Oh man. Having that bucket up here kept you off your perch. I'm gonna have to tell Grandpa. Can't put that bucket up there. Alright, let me show you guys something. Back up. Back up. Okay, hang on. I gotta put these somewhere. I'm trying to multitask and film. I know this looks like torture because I'm holding treats and just walking her around. But you guys remember this video right here. I'm hoping just somebody's presence keeps them at bay. You're a good dog. Good dog. And some of y'all lost your minds about that. And here's my thoughts. Go watch Kevin's video in its entirety. Don't watch bits and pieces. When he says something you don't agree with, don't click away, okay? Some of y'all lit me up about how I didn't reprimand her for doing that, okay? I've done nothing since that video to stop it or encourage it further. But check this out. All right, sit. Sit. You sit. 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 Good girl. Yeah. Sit. Nope. Nope. Come here. Sit. Sit. Good girl. All right, ready? All right. So what you guys just saw was a puppy kind of becoming more of a livestock guardian dog. Because Kevin made a really, really interesting point. He got Daisy, he said, I think when she was about a year old, maybe a little over a year. So Daisy had already been around, I'm assuming, she'd already been around other animals, like he said, and probably her mom and dad. Okay, the mom and dad and her litter. So she'd kind of learned, hey, this is what we do, this is what we don't do, this is my farmer. Okay, Kevin's Daisy's farmer. The kids, Rachel, are Daisy's farmers. And same goes for Mojo, but I'm just talking about Daisy in this video because he kind of addressed her more than anything. But she's going over to check those bones. But she buried them as you saw. Those are hers. You know, somebody might say, well, why don't you go pick those up? I bet she'd get you if you tried to pick those up. Why in the world would I pick that bone up? It's hers. I gave it to her. Okay? But you do have to kind of interact with your animals. You know, Case comes out here, and you guys saw how she reacts with Case. Okay? She's amazing with Case. Would he pick a dog's food up after he handed it to her? And, you know, would she snap at him? I think old Red's trying to figure out how to get back up here. I don't know. Probably. But you know what I've taught Case? Don't hand a dog food and then try and pick it up. I don't care how well you know the dog. Now, that's still twofold. Because like Kevin and Rachel, I know they have Skeeter. I don't know if they have any other dogs inside the house, but we have Cabela. Cabela is our 8-year-old Labradane. So she's a Great Dane Lab mix. She's got more Lab than Dane. But somebody singing that egg laying song. I could let Cabela get a hot dog halfway in her mouth and then tell her to spit it out. Or I could walk over and stick my hand in her mouth and take it out. Because she's been around us her entire life. But you have to look at the difference in the animals and their purposes. Cabela's around us 24/7. She's never known anything else, you know. She's never been out here to the farm. They're two completely different dogs. And I thought it was a really good point that Kevin was talking about. We got Smokey, as you guys know, when she was a pup. I mean, a tiny pup, like 6 weeks old. I can actually look back and tell you the exact date, and I'll put it right here. But don't judge that farmer if we got her a little bit younger. The farm we got her from, don't judge them if we got them a little bit younger than we should have, according to some of y'all. Because, also like Kevin mentioned, I knew I wanted... Seriously, dude? I've been here like 20 minutes. So the neighbor across the street has some music playing, so I have to sit on the other side of the coop so that I don't get copyrighted. And now Magneto's calling his girls out of the fence for the day. Anyway, my point is, Kevin made a great statement. My thing is, Kevin made a great point. He bought a dog that he knew already had some livestock guardian dog experience. He didn't just go buy an Anatolian Shepherd. He didn't just go buy a Great Pyrenees when he got Mojo. He specifically sought out a farm that he knew was raising these types of dogs, that had been around farm animals, and it kind of was bred in them as to what they should do. We did the exact same thing. I didn't just look up on Facebook or Craigslist and see Anatolian Shepherd and Great Pyrenees and send them money and go pick up a dog. I drove down there, I looked at the place, I asked to see the mom and the dad, which I did get to see. She's wondering what all I'm doing back here, because I never sit back here. So, anyways, I checked with them because I wanted to see, you know, what kind of operation they got going on here. Go lay down. Go lay down. Come on. So I got to see mom and dad. I knew what we were getting because this farm that we went to, I don't want to share who they are or where they're at or anything like that, not directly. And I knew then I was truly getting a third gen livestock guardian dog, okay? A dog that knew what she was doing. You're so sweet. So, Turkey's trying to get up there. Anyway, I'm gonna have to walk because she wants to cuddle. Not sure why that turkey can't get up there. Used to. There's different types of farm dogs. And just because a dog is an Anatolian Shepherd or a Great Pyrenees or a healer, cattle dog, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mean they're going to be a great livestock guardian dog. You've got to do your homework, okay? You've got to investigate. You've got to figure out, okay, do these people... Like, I've had an Anatolian Shepherd before, and Cinch was her name, and she was an amazing dog. Amazing dog. But I don't believe there was any kind of livestock guardian dog in Cinch whatsoever. Now, one thing I will say about Cinch, she had shorter hair like Daisy. Okay, I'll post a couple pictures in here. And some of y'all may or may not know, I've mentioned it in a couple other videos, we lost a house in a house fire. And it wasn't our fault, anything like that. We put in a wood stove, and for 4 years, the wood stove functioned flawlessly. And then we had a new roof put on. And even though I'd gutted that house and done all the work myself, I was not gonna mess with the roof. So I paid somebody to come in and do the roof. Well, they had to move the stove. They had to move the chimney. They had to move the hurricane straps is what we call them. That's where you keep the stove from moving around the wind. And then they put it all back. They didn't put it back correctly and properly. And all it took was a good January wind about 5 months after they were done to push that, because the pipes sit on top of each other. If you guys didn't know that, it's not one big piece of pipe. And the wind blew and it just separated that pipe just enough that it blew embers into our attic. And the fire burned in our attic for, they say, you know, the fire marshal, the investigator, they say it was about 30 minutes before we even knew. Now here's what's crazy. Still keep an eye on me. Here's what's crazy is we didn't wake up because the fire was in the attic and we just didn't know it. But Cinch, now she was an Anatolian mix. I'm confident she was not 100% Anatolian. But Cinch started barking like crazy. That's not my drool or slobber. Cinch started barking like crazy at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I did the typical, hey, go to sleep. But Case and I were asleep, you know, is what it is. But she started barking. I thought, what in the world? And I got up and walked down the hall. Looked like the lights were on in the house because the sheetrock over my head was glowing. That's all I really want to go into that story. Wasn't fun, wasn't a good time. We were okay, we made it out safe. The dogs were safe. The dogs were safe, everybody was safe. But I bring that up to say, dogs are amazing, but there's two different types when you're talking about a farm dog and a livestock guardian dog and a pet. Cinch was a pet, but what she did to wake us up and alert us to that fire isn't really uncommon. I mean, we all hear those stories about how cats that can't bark wake up their humans when there's danger. Oh, see, one of the little ones got out of the pen. All running to me, trying to figure out how to get back in. But you've just got to be really careful when choosing a livestock guardian dog. A couple other points Kevin made, and I didn't message Kevin about making this video. We talk every now and then via text, never met him, hope to someday, that kind of thing. But very like-minded gentleman, very like-minded. And I just think a lot of the dude, but turn this way so it's not pretty. That's a huge glare. But when we were losing chickens and Smokey was much, much younger, we knew we weren't losing them to her. Otherwise, every bird in here would be dead. Okay, none of them would survive. She'd kill them all. But what was happening was, I think she was deterring the raccoons enough, even though they were brave enough to come in and attack a couple of the younger pullets that we had. And then we would find their bodies the next morning. Well, Kevin was saying that his dog and any good livestock guardian dog, sometimes after a goat or a steer, or I'm sorry, a goat or a cow, a heifer, has a calf or a kid, they will eat that afterbirth, either the mama cow or the mama goat or the dog. They'll eat it. Or what Smokey was doing was, she was actually trying to bury, you know, we started walking around with a chicken in her mouth and we were worried. We were like, oh man, she's got the taste now, she's gonna do it. But that wasn't the case. What she was doing was she was trying to bury those chickens to take the smell away from any predators. Now, she couldn't have done it. There was no way to bury them far enough away. Because at that time too, we had even a smaller little paddock. But talk about instincts. Talk about an amazing livestock guardian dog. And that comes from, even though I didn't know what I was doing, I knew I wanted a dog that came from a farm, not just a, hey, my dog is an Anatolian shepherd. And she got pregnant with the Anatolian shepherd down the road. And now we have Anatolian shepherd puppies that are livestock guardian dogs. No. It is possible that those dogs could show signs of their genetic makeup and their instincts to be more protective than just, you know, any other dog that you find. But that's not a livestock guardian dog. We got her very, very young, as I mentioned. And hi, sugar. We got her very young, as I mentioned, and early on, we knew we had something good. And I'm so happy that we got her. Couldn't be more grateful. And here, come here. Oh. It's a good dog. I haven't had this issue yet, but some people have to, excuse you. I haven't had this issue yet in the comments, but some people have mentioned to Kevin that you shouldn't interact with your livestock guardian dog. You know, they shouldn't have that bond with you. Well, this may shock you, but I agree with Kevin. Yes, you should. She should know that I'm in charge. She should know that we're buddies and we're friends. And she should know that when I come up here, it's okay. I should be around here. Now, yesterday, I can't remember who it was. I think it was our well summer, but Dad and I were out here. Yesterday, and Magneto always jumps this little fence right here, this little gate, and he takes our 2 cream leg bars and our well summer for a walk daily, and then they come back at night. It's kind of funny, but the well summer, she didn't make it over the fence for whatever reason. She got confused. Well, then she just starts pacing in a nervous, anxious manner around the fence. So I was like, all right, well, we'll just catch her and put her in the pen. Well, I started kind of chasing the chicken and herding her. And Smokey immediately started just running her right back towards me. Like wherever I would go, she would push the chicken right back to me, just instinctively. I've never trained her to do that. Didn't know she even knew how to do it. You've seen her herd our red turkey. Hey. Let her up. Let him up. And that's exactly what she was doing. She wasn't pawing at her. She wasn't, hitting her real hard. She wasn't putting her in her mouth. But she steered that chicken to me yesterday like it was something she'd done all her life. And I just truly believe, because of her genes, that she knows to do that. But on another note, I would make sure, if you guys are shopping for a true livestock guardian dog, do your homework. And if you don't have livestock, I'm not saying they can't be good dogs, but Smokey, I think she'd go nuts not having a job to do. I think it would just drive her nuts. Now, if you've got land and you just wanted to run critters off, but you don't have livestock, that's a job. If you get up every morning and you walk your property, that's a job. They're not like my Great Dane Cabela. She's completely content with sleeping for like 16 hours a day. That's all she does. She's not overweight. She doesn't get any health problems, nothing like that. But that's just what she does. I mean, she's 8 years old. I mean, in dog years, she's a senior citizen. So, like some of y'all that watch us. You guys, I'm just being funny. You guys know the average age of my audience, my viewers. You guys are 55 and up, but just poking a little fun. But yeah, I don't think Smokey would be a good dog for somebody that you're in a city, you have an apartment, something like that. Smokey, I'm talking about Smokey. Okay, you may live in an apartment with an Anatolian Shepherd. Okay, but I think they need more to do than that. So just be very, very mindful when you're picking a pet, and when you're picking a livestock guardian dog. If I'm buying a livestock guardian dog and she ain't coming from a farm, or he, it's not a livestock guardian dog. I'm sorry. Just because it's an Anatolian Shepherd does not mean it's a livestock guardian dog. Just because it's a Great Pyrenees does not mean it's a livestock guardian dog. All right. When I used to live in a house over here probably 3 or 4 years ago, and there was a Great Pyrenees named Zeus that roamed the neighborhood, and Zeus would just take random naps on people's porches throughout the neighborhood. Just random naps. Now, he's a professional porch napper. But man, you couldn't call Zeus. He wouldn't come. His owner would pull up, open the doors. Come on, Zeus. You could pick him up. He's a 130-pound dog. Come on, Zeus. Dude, Zeus would just take off walking. He'd go wherever he want. He'd do whatever he want. He ate everybody else's dog food. He just couldn't keep him at home. That's not a livestock guardian dog. Beautiful dog, but Zeus ain't got any business protecting livestock. But anyway, just keep that in mind. I will say the only thing that I'm not 100% sure on, the farm we got Smokey from, every once in a while, or I should say like every other breeding season, like in the spring, they put a Great Pyrenees with their male Anatolian Shepherd. And then the next season they put their Anatolians together. So Smokey is supposed to be the Anatolian mix. Like mom and dad are supposed to both be Anatolians. However, she has really long hair. Really long hair. My old dog Cinch, she had hair like daisies. Much more, you know, real fine short hair. I mean, a good thick coat, but it was much shorter. Smokey's, look at this. That's a furry dog, right? But she's warm. That's what matters. So anyway, I think what I'm gonna do, I don't know this gentleman directly. I just follow him on YouTube. But Morgan up at Goldshaw Farms, he gave his dog a DNA test from a company called Embark, I think it was. I'll put the link down below. But I messaged Morgan, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but I don't know him from anywhere. He's got like 150,000 followers. I doubt you guys haven't heard of him. Awesome dude. But he has a very, very educational vlog style on his farm. Very educational. You know, I lean more towards the humor. Now his channel's funny. He's the king of B-roll. B-roll is when you roll in the little clips, GIFs, things like that. He's amazing. I can't believe he hadn't been doing it his whole life. He's just such a natural. And I'm not buttering him up. He has no idea who I am. He'll probably never see this. But I sent him an email and I said, hey man, I'm thinking about giving my dog a doggy DNA test because I'm thinking that even though the farmer told me she's Anatolian, I think she's an Anatolian Pyrenees, which won't bother me, won't disappoint me. I ain't worried about it one bit. I'd have bought her either way, okay? But I'm thinking about getting one of those doggy DNA tests. But I reached out to Morgan to make sure, because there's a couple different brands, and he wasn't affiliated with it. He just chose one. I want to make sure the one he chose, he would choose again. Like, because sometimes those DNA tests, even the ones you do on humans, they don't give as much results. Like one thing will tell you like where you came from and your nationality, and the other one will tell you like more about your genetics and your makeup and possibly health conditions you could have based on that makeup. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if I hear from Morgan and make sure he would buy the exact dog. Looks past you and makes a noise. You always turn around. She saw something. I'm gonna make sure that it's the one he would still buy if he could do it again. Oh, that's fresh. Goodness. You got a steamer over there, dude. Go check out Morgan and Kevin for sure. And I gotta see where that chicken went. There's a partridge out. We have a chicken, a pullet called a partridge. I want to make sure Magneto knows where she's at, because he'll actually bring her back in. Awful lot of commotion back here. What do you think? Hmm? They love getting up here. You gonna jump across or you gonna stay there? Nope. No egg, lady. Sorry. Sorry, there's no egg. I know you got one this morning, though. You know you did. Yep. Yep, yep. All right. Those are just some points I wanted to make. Just wanted to say a few things about it because, man, we got a lot of comments on the dog. But let me know if you guys have ever done those doggy DNA tests. They're not blood. You actually swab their mouths with a Q-tip, which could be interesting. But then you send that off and they email you the results back. Now, I don't know if it takes a week or 2 weeks, but I'll find out. But let me know if you guys have ever done that. Let me know if it's something you want to see us do. Because I just, the more I look at her, the bigger she gets. I know she's outside. You know, so that's the thing is, Cinch, our dog with the shorter hair, she stayed inside. She got to come inside. So she wasn't going to get this huge, thick coat. But Daisy, now granted, Daisy's got a real nice barn over there at Hidden Heights. But her coat still isn't that thick. So they may shave her. I don't know. I need to ask. I just can't believe that the coat has this much difference between an Anatolian and the next Anatolian. But, you know, dogs are as different as we are as humans. So who knows? But anyway, I think that's it. Trying to think if there's anything else. This cotton swab thing could go really well or it could hurt. Just make sure, I made this video basically just to kind of respond and point out some things that Kevin said that make a whole lot of sense to me now. Because, see right now, they just made a noise that they don't normally make, and she immediately stopped what she was doing and turned around to look. Chicken right there. Just checking things out. I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know. Anyway, I gotta head home and we have a surprise for you guys. We've kind of been keeping something from you. Been keeping something from you guys, and I want to take you home and get Case and have him show you because he's pretty stinking excited. So give me a little bit. I'll be right back. So what do we got here?
We got the ones in
Wait, what's your name?
Oh, Case of Adler Farms. The ones in the middle right there, if you guys can see, are Ayam Cemanis.
No, are they magnetos?
No, they are not magnetos.
Right. We ordered those from a different source this time. That way we're not making Magneto do the Humpty Dumpty with his sister.
Yeah. So, there's some eggs in there. Really hope those guys hatch.
And then the olive eggers are a random assortment. They're just olive egger birds from another distributor.
Yeah, but they're random. We don't know like what they're gonna look like. We just know that they're olive eggers.
Yep. And we're hoping we don't get any roosters.
Yeah.
So what are the odds?
That's gonna be like 99 to 100 probably.
Yep.
That's gonna be really hard to get no roosters.
Now this is a well summer egg. That's our well summer. So that could be a baby Magneto because they do hang out.
Yes, they do a lot. It's kind of funny.
So we'll see. But all in all, we got 5 and 12 and that 13th one. So Mr. Homeschool, what's 5 plus 12 plus 1?
That would be. Wait, what's the question again?
5, 12, and 1.
Oh, 5, 12, and 1. 8 or 18. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you didn't have to ask Siri.
I didn't ask Siri.
All right. We'll keep you guys updated. We're not going to tell you how many days are left. We're going to keep it a mystery. Plus, some of them are different. So, but we'll keep you guys posted as soon as anything hatches. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Hope you enjoyed the video. Wash your hands. Stay safe.
God bless.